It's time to sit down and relax for the good, the bad, and the sequel Q&A with your host, Doug.
Hey there. So we are doing things a little different this week by having our interview before the review of next week's movie, Paul Blart 2, because we have someone who is a hilarious comedian on stage, on social media, and he puts out great content daily on YouTube. And that's Vic DiBitetto. Vic's story is one of hard work, not giving up, because look at him, it's paid off big time. He has over 17 million views on YouTube for one video that he did about bread and milk.
They said snow! I gotta get the bread and milk!
But before we start the interview, I want to let you know about shows that he has going on. So this weekend, July 19th, he's going to be at the Infinity Hall Theater in Hartford, Connecticut. July 20th, Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom in New Hampshire. And at the end of the month, July 27th, at Westbury Music Fair on Long Island. I know in August, he's going to be in Jersey. So if you're in New Jersey, go check him out. He's hilarious. And for other dates, go to vicdibitetto.net. That's VicDiBitetto.net. You can go see him live and follow him on social media. I'll put all the links in the episode notes. So if you're like, I don't want to write this down right now, the links will be right in there. So let's start the interview. Hey, Vic, how you doing?
Hey, Doug, how are you?
Thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
So I don't know how much he told you about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I got the whole rap sheet right in front of me.
Oh, look at that. Good. And, so right off the bat, I like to be able to know, like, where folks grew up, and sometimes stuff on the internet isn't true. So, obviously you're from New York.
Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I then moved overseas to Staten Island. Now I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, you're in Jersey too? I'm in Jersey as well.
Yeah, I'm in Monmouth County.
Oh, okay. I'm in Union.
Little town called Manalapan.
Oh, Manalapan. Okay, yeah. That's right.
Which is the gateway to Israel.
The gateway to Israel. That's so great. So how do you like Jersey?
I love it. I should have skipped Staten Island and come right here. I love it here. Now, Jersey's always the butt of jokes, but I love it. It's not all like Exit 13 on the Turnpike. It's a beautiful state.
It's not. No, it is. No, it's great. And Staten Island's not fun, especially with all the one-ways and the pain in the ass.
It takes you a half hour to go 2 miles. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, great. So you grew up in Brooklyn. And
yep.
So growing up, what did Vic think he was going to do for a living?
Honestly, I thought I'd be a garbage man the rest of my life.
My dad was a garbage man.
Yes, that was mine. He owned his own company. It's a private sanitation.
Okay.
And then he sold it in 1996, and then I did all kinds of things. Drove a dump truck, a cement truck. Then I drove a school bus in Staten Island for 13 years, and that's what I thought I'd be doing the rest of my life. And but like 5 years ago, it was like the perfect storm. Kevin James called me to be in Mall Cop 2, and I got a manager who you dealt with, Russell.
Yeah.
I got a following on the social media, and fast forward, I'm selling out theaters, and it's just the fruits of my labor is finally paying off, and I'm just riding the wave. And
you've been doing stand-up a long time, right?
Let's put it this way. The first night I went on stage was at Pips Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay. Andrew Dice Clay was the MC.
Wow.
That's how long I'm doing this. Yeah.
And that was before he hit it big, right? That before he was doing Dangerfields all the time?
Yep. I'm 58. You know, and speaking of Dangerfield, he's like my inspiration because he didn't really make it till his mid-50s. So who knows? Maybe there's a reason why it took so long for me to finally get the break. Maybe if I would have made it in my 20s, I would have been a junkie or something. I don't know. Who the hell knows?
So what made you get on stage in Sheepshead Bay? Was it just something you always thought you could do, or somebody say, "Hey, Vic"?
You know, I was always the funny guy hanging out with my friends. I was the class clown, and one of my friends said, "You know, there's an amateur night at Pips. Why don't you give it a shot?" I went on stage. You know, they booed me off the stage. I bombed, but the needle was hooked. the needle was hooked. I love being on stage. I kept at it. Then I was featured. Then I was headlining. I just never gave up. You know, when you have a passion for something, you don't give up.
Yeah. And that's good that you didn't. Look where you're at today. Like you mentioned, the fruits of your labor are paying off.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the social media, I wouldn't have the following that I have, you know, because, you know, back in the 80s, you know, if you were on Carson, you know, when he called you to the couch, that was it. You were like a made man. Now you could do Fallon, you could do Kimmel a million times. It doesn't mean anything. But I did it on my own. I was tired of waiting for the break. You know, I use the social media, and I've been doing these videos since 2010. You know,
I know. What made you
went viral? What's that?
No, I was going to say, what made you start doing those?
Well, I realized that social media reaches a lot of people. So I said, look, you know, it's obvious no one's knocking at my door to put me in a movie or a sitcom. So I use the social media because you can reach a lot of people. I kept at it. One went viral. The bread and milk one, that went viral. And that opened the floodgates. But even before bread and milk, I've been doing these. And then I started doing rants. I did one on Justin Bieber and Kanye West. And now it's just morphed into, I got ticked off Vic. I got characters. Tony Gaga, that guy, my mother-in-law, Eddie, my cat. It's just, I got my own reality show. I'm doing it on my own. No one's helping me, my manager, you know. We're doing it the hard way. I'm the donkey of comedy.
But I love it. So when you come up with your videos, is it just you hanging out at the house and you think of an idea and you're like, oh yeah, get the camera and let's do it? Because it doesn't seem scripted. It seems you're so good off the cuff.
No, most of them are off the cuff. Most of them, like, don't ask me how some of this stuff comes to mind. I don't know. I got it. My mind never sleeps. But some of it is planned out. Some of it is, you know, but most of it is, like you said, I whipped out the camera and I just go with it and I post it and, you know, it goes by. I don't think Bread and Milk was the last video I would ever think would have gone viral. There's no plan. There's no rhyme and reason. It's just timing, right place. Who the hell knows? It's just, I'm having fun. I'm just having fun. You know, then you get these people, you got too much time on your hands. You need a hobby. No, this is my job. This is what I do.
Yeah. Those people sound like they need a hobby, but no, like you mentioned with the bread and milk, sometimes it's, if you ever watch a lot of, if you're a big music fan, you see a lot of these bands and they talk about like albums like Toto with Africa. That was like a throw-on song that they like just needed to like fill space on the record. And look, that was a song that they're remembered for. So
there you go.
The one that you put out there, the timing of it, and you know how it is, especially living in the tri-state area. When storms are about to come, I know the middle of the country gets a lot of tornadoes and the ones that, you know, can rip your house up.
Yeah.
But here, when they talk about storms, they can talk about it 3 different networks, different ways, but it's like going to be 15, 16 inches. And then you go to the supermarket too late, there's nothing there. So it's true. What you said in that short, I think it's like 26
seconds from my house to the car got me more recognition than 30 years of stand-up. And the thing with that is, it's like Christmas. This video comes back every winter. It's not going away. It's like Christmas carols. This thing was shown on the Weather Channel. I got fans calling me all over the country. Dude, they just did your video on the news. It's amazing. And me and my manager, we can't really figure out how many, you know, on YouTube alone, it's over a couple of...
It's like 17 million.
17 million, yeah. But you put them all together.
Oh, I know, yeah.
You know, that's just one, like Facebook. I got one on Car Throttle, a page on Facebook. I did a thing about, you know, how I park far away in a parking lot. That got 36 million views. That was just one page. It's just insane. It's just the social media, man. If you use it the right way. Unfortunately, you know, like, man, we create something good and it's getting crazy now. I'm tired of seeing negativity and then people posting fights and killing. Come on, man. You know,
or even when people comment on a video, or movie trailers, and they're like, "Oh, this sucks." It's like, dude, just go bring it somewhere else.
Right. I did a video. I forgot which one it was. It was comedy gold, man. It was just pure gold, and they're saying how come you're wearing that shirt? Is that what you got out of it? My shirt? You know, you just got to block and delete, because once you answer, they win.
Oh, I know. You can't, like, feed into them. But even like today, Italian Toy Story.
Right.
Like, that was great. You just probably looked around the house.
Right.
You love those movies. You know, you love Rocky. Yep. You love Godfather. Yep. So you just grabbed all the things. And then just the way you revealed it, again, like you said, you're doing it all yourself, you know, mostly off the cuff. And then you have the jelly, the water gun that shoots jelly. And that was it had me cracking up. And even you just posted that. And this morning, within a couple hours, it had like 1,000 views, and it had a ton of comments on it. So people love you. They're getting the notification.
Slow. And that's a slow one. I just posted a TikTok Vic at 3 o'clock. It's up to
I already watched it.
Post
really?
Reach.
Wow.
It's insane. I think TikTok Vic is one of the most popular characters. Because, you know, there's a TikTok Vic in all of us. I say what people are thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't sugarcoat it.
I love your beginning part of it, where you're saying where you're reaching everybody and you say your sister's ass.
Hey, what do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the funniest right. Vic DiBitetto here. It's just somebody posts, there's no more Google Plus. I said there's no more Pony Express either. I tell you, man, my blood pressure goes up just reading some of these comments.
No, I know.
Just put a simple LOL. Just put a simple LOL. You know, it just... Can you imagine if the Three Stooges were on Facebook?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Did he really hit him with that hammer? I'm offended by the violence.
No, that's true. I bet you people do go on those old videos and probably do comment because they have nothing better to do.
Because they're miserable, and misery loves company.
So, this is so great. You have such great energy. So on your IMDb, there's like a little bit of a bio. So in I guess it must have been the late 90s. You were doing.
That's probably not even updated. I hate when I go to a gig and they show my 8x10 from 1981. You know, we provide them with new headshots, and please, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I had a similar story. Me and my wife just bought a house out in West Jersey in Hunterdon County. And the real estate agent...
Russ used to live there in Hunterdon County.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're going to be like right near like White House Station off 78. So
I know exactly what that is. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so the one real estate agent, her face is on the sign of the house we're buying. And the photo must be from probably 30 years ago. Yeah. Because when she walked up to the house, she was like an old woman.
Who knows? Maybe she requested that picture.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, she probably gets more phone calls from a younger photo. But, yeah, so it has on here that you used to do warm-ups for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Ricky Lake.
Yep. And
how was that?
That, let me tell you, it's not as glamorous as you think, because you're more or less babysitting. You can't curse. You can't really do your stand-up. You got to watch what you say. You're giving out T-shirts and, you know, you got to keep them busy while they're during the commercial. But it was a constant paycheck. It got me into SAG. You know, I got the benefits.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole different animal. Warm up is grueling. There's more downtime than there is. There's nothing like stand up. Stand up is the best.
All right. So the interview's not over right now. There was like a little mix up on, I use Google Voice, so my phone kind of like did something, and Vic was so funny, he thought the previous, 15 some odd minutes didn't count, so we had to start all over. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the interview. This is pretty funny.
All right, thanks. I think it's my iPhone, like the screen went blank or something. I don't know.
Okay. But so just pretend you're hearing all this shit for the first time.
No, we're not starting it all over.
Sorry, can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse.
Oh, okay.
So you do some pretty big tours. You went out to, I think it was last year or the year before, you went out to the West Coast?
Yeah, San Francisco for the first time. I did Cobb's Comedy Club, where Robin Williams started. It was nice. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not exactly a big drawer in San Francisco, but we're starting to put out the feelers now. I mean, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the tri-state area, New England, Florida, which is, well, that's New York anyway. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Chicago, I'm a draw. Detroit, I did pretty good. Now I'm going to Denver, Colorado, in January for the first time. It's small baby steps. We're building a brand, me and my manager. And, look, I don't think I'm going to draw in Boise, Idaho, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine just playing right where I'm wanted,
I've been to Boise. Me and my wife used to live in Oregon for a little bit. We moved out there for a few years. We stopped at the bagel. They didn't even have bagels in Idaho.
Please.
Don't worry about it. You don't want to go there. But so I'm sure some people out in San Francisco recognize you from that video.
Oh yeah, I got fans all over the place, but there's not that many in San Francisco. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
If I don't do San Francisco the rest of my life, I'm okay with that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So Paul Blart, let's swing back to that. So he just called you. I'm sure he knew you from the area.
Yeah, well, we started together in Long Island at the Eastside Comedy Club. We weren't buddies, but we knew of each other from working the circuit. Fast forward, time goes by, he becomes the king of Queens. I went on to drive a school bus. I'm up in Albany in the hotel. I'm doing a gig in Albany. The phone rings and it says caller ID unknown. And whenever I see that, I never pick it up. But I was bored. I picked it up. Said, hey, Vic. I'm like, yeah, who's this? He said, it's Kevin James. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And he starts laughing. And after a while, I'm like, holy shit, is this Kevin James? He says, yeah, I've been watching a couple of your videos. You do this character called Tony Gaga. And his tagline is, I got a guy. He says, I think that now, as I'm listening to him talk, and he's telling me, I'm going to send you the script. I want you to read. I got a part for you. Now there's diarrhea going down my left leg. I'm like, holy shit. He sends me the script in 20 minutes. I go over it. I had a pretty good part. I throughout the whole movie. And he even put the line in, I got a guy. I couldn't believe it. Fast forward, I'm in Vegas 6 weeks at the Wynn Hotel. One of the greatest experiences of my life.
Yeah, and the cast was a bunch of great comedians.
Yeah, Nick
Kevin
James, Nick Totoro, Kevin's brother, Gary Valentine. It was great. It was awesome.
I'm sure you guys laughed a lot, like, during the filming of it, because how could you not with all those people?
Well, when you're not filming, everybody goes into their trailers and things. After the whole day is done, Kevin would have us, meet somewhere like in a lounge area, it was private, closed off. We'd smoke cigars. It was just, I brought my wife out. It was just phenomenal. It really was.
Awesome. That must have been kind of surreal, especially like you mentioned, like 30 years doing stand-up and then it just all hits all at one time. I'm doing a scene with Kevin James and I'm pinching myself in my pocket as I'm doing lines with him. It's surreal. It was surreal. Then seeing yourself on a big screen, my God. And then going toe-to-toe with Boss Rutan at the end with a big lamp.
My God. What a great guy he was. He said, no, don't worry, you hit me. I want you to really hit me. What a sweetheart. And here's a funny story. Then after that, we kept going to the movies just to see the trailer. And my wife said, do me a favor. Because I wanted to see if I was in a trailer. I didn't know if I was. And I was. Yeah. There's one part of the trailer, it's just me and Kevin, two big faces on. And my wife says, do me a favor, if you're in the trailer, don't embarrass me. Yeah, sure enough, my face comes on. I stand in the middle of the theater and I scream, hey, everybody, that's me. Only in New Jersey, a guy in the back screams out, yeah, and I'm Robert De Niro. Sit the fuck down, asshole.
That's a big part of the trailer because he's looking at the Segway.
Yes, and I go, hey, I heard you're pretty good at one of those things.
That's great. Where was did you go to, was the premiere in New York or? Did you go out to
New York City. Went to the premiere, walked the red carpet, took my kids, that's when it finally hit my kids when they saw, we're walking down and Kevin James walked up to them. He's a sweetheart. I mean, there was one scene, I'm looking around, I didn't see my wife because she was, she would be off camera watching us film. I'm like, where's my wife? Where's Lucy? And one of the actors says, she's over there. Kevin James put her in the director's seat. How nice was that?
Oh, that's so cool.
She had a big grin from ear to ear. It was just, I'm like, you know what? I think I made it. This is really nice.
Yeah. Did your kids at the premiere be like, okay, Dad, you are funny?
Yeah, you could see it in their eyes. They didn't exactly come out and say it, but they were texting their friends, and it was great.
That's so cool.
It was one of the greatest highlights of my career. It really was.
That's so amazing. Yeah, it's a great movie, and it was super successful. The movie's great.
Because his movies are good for families. There's no cursing.
Oh, yeah.
And not because I'm in it, but I really think it was better than the first one, honestly.
No, I like whenever those movies up the game. And you had a guy, I forget his name off the top of my head, but the guy who played the bad guy plays the bad guy.
How great was he?
A ton of movies. I know.
I hung out with him one day. Everybody was great. No egos. It was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's so cool. So one thing I have to talk to you about, because we like the same team. Well, I think you like the same teams. You do the press conferences for the Yankees and the Giants. Yeah,
I'm watching them right now. I got the volume off. 2 outs already. They can't hit Zach Wheeler. Come on.
and I liked your one today, talking about referencing Bobby Bonilla and Ripon Paxton. And I know I'm seeing some of your tweets, and we definitely got to get a picture. But man, I wish he was doing better, because if he's pitching the way he is last year, that'd be a pretty good arm to have. But he's just not doing it.
It's like a roll of the dice. You don't know what Tanaka you're going to get. You don't know what Paxton you're going to. There's no. Cashman has a history of not getting good pitching. I know. Can you imagine this team with a great starting pitcher? Yeah. I mean, look what happened last year. We couldn't get past Verlander. We got an awesome lineup. So if we don't score 30 runs, we can't win.
I know.
It's crazy, man.
I think he's going to have the pressure.
When you get a chance, Google the stats for the Los Angeles Dodgers pitching staff.
I saw you tweet that. I know. No, we definitely got to get somebody. We got to just really.
Well, when's the deadline? The end of the month?
End of the month. And Hal Steinbrenner, when he was in London, multiple reporters asked him about going over the threshold to pay the more taxes, and he said he would be interested. So that gives them they can go out and get maybe Bumgarner.
I would love Scherzer.
Yeah, the thing that sucks is the Nationals have been winning.
Yeah.
So they're kind of in it. So if they were tanking, but so what?
No, I'm looking at Citi Field now. That's a beautiful. I can't understand why did the Yankees knock down the cathedral of baseball? Wrigley's still going, Fenway's still going. They talk about history and tradition, and you knock down Yankee Stadium. You couldn't refurbish it. You could. Oh God.
That's what they should have done. I don't know if they would have been like what they did in the '70s when George fixed it up and the Yankees played at Shea
Stadium. Yeah.
So my middle name is Thurman because my dad was a big Thurman Munson fan.
I cried when he died.
Yeah. So they're trying to get him in the Hall of Fame right now. I don't know if you saw that big thing. They're almost at enough signatures that they can go to the committee, the Hall of Fame committee, because
absolutely.
That'd be so cool. Especially he was right neck and neck with all those guys in that era, catcher-wise, Fisk and Bench.
So. Yep.
Yeah, so he just didn't have the opportunity to play longer. But what made you start doing those videos? How long have you been doing those? Because those are great.
Oh, man, I'm doing those, 7 years now.
Oh, okay. No, I really like that.
It was my way of letting off steam. The last great team we had was the Tory years. Well, we won in the first year the new stadium was built, but we got to win this decade. We haven't won in this decade yet.
I know.
It's scary. Yankee fans are spoiled, man. I admit it. We're spoiled, but it's the greatest sports franchise in all of sports.
Oh, totally.
And people hate the Yankees because they're successful. That's why people hate the Patriots. That's why people hate the Yankees. That's why people, I have haters because people for some reason hate success. Instead of knocking it, embrace it, man. The Yankees are a great franchise.
No, I think that's why Cashman will have that. I'm not saying he's thinking about that, like this would be the first decade that they haven't won, but I think he's going to probably do something pretty good, especially adding Encarnacion. Like, I didn't think they would do anything like that. That came out of nowhere.
How about LeMahieu? Oh, my God.
I know. I saw a stat today. I hope you're sitting down. If he struck out 108 times in a row, starting right now, he would still have a better average than Bryce Harper.
Holy shit.
Yeah. He's batting 100 points higher than him.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's an old school player. Like, he only swings at strikes that he wants to hit, and yeah, he's great.
Wow.
So stand-up wise, I know we're kind of going all over the place for that.
No, that's okay.
But do you remember going back that first time that you went on stage? Do you remember some of like the earlier material? Was it like how you are now?
No. I went on stage with a bunch of props. And I had a jacket on. Yeah, I had a jacket on, and it said Sick Vic on the lapel. And I remember the band, the big roll-on deodorants. I would whip it out and say, "This is Mick Jagger's chapstick." And I just, crazy stuff, man. I would imitate Rocky being toilet trained when he was a baby. Just crazy stuff, man. I had these two mannequin heads that I found in the garbage, and I would play some, sexy music. And just two heads, mind you, and you see the lady head go down on the guy head, and it's the ultimate blowjob. But all you see are two heads. That's the beauty of it. But
how long did you do that?
Family. I did that for the first 10 years, but then I got tired of carrying around the props. One night I was late going to a show, and I was speeding, and I got pulled over. And the cop said, "Well, you were speeding." So I said, "I'm a comedian. I'm late to a show." He said, "Yeah, you're funny." So I said, "If you let me show you something." I did those two mannequin head bits on the New Jersey Turnpike, and it got me out of a ticket.
No way.
Yep. One partner was doubled over. He said, "Joe, let this guy go. He made our fucking night."
That's a good way. That's the way.
Man on first already. Man on first already. Paxton's at it already.
So then you switched over to. When did you get the persona that you are today, like your stand-up today?
I would say, I don't know, 15 years ago. I started screaming. I give it 110% up there.
Oh, you do?
If you look at my early videos of myself, I'm actually talking. Now, as the older I got and the more material, I'm a different. If you were hanging out with me off stage, you wouldn't believe I'm a comedian. I don't even tell people who don't know me what I do. Oh yeah, you're a comedian. It's just, but when they see me on stage, it's like, oh my God, you're like two different people. There's just something when I hit that stage and I get that mic. It's like a release, man. It's therapy.
Yeah, that's what a lot of comedians say that. Just being on stage and everybody, they're listening to you. They're there for you, and you bring it. Like people, when they pay to go see Vic, they're getting 100, like you said, 110%. You give it your all.
I wish sometimes I could talk, because if I have a lot of shows in a row, at the end of the week, my voice is shot.
I bet.
But I'm enjoying a little break now. I asked my manager, just give me a little break. My next show is not till Foxwoods. I got the dates here. Before
I think it's like the 13th.
I'll give you all the dates before we're done.
Oh, yeah, I have all of them. I'm going to add them at the end.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just make it easier, and I'll have it in the episode notes to make it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got that all covered. You. Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you. So he mentioned Russell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Russell mentioned to me that you love Rocky, and I've seen it in some of your videos. So out of the first 5 movies, to make it easier, how would you rank them from best to worst, in your opinion?
Well, 1, 2, 3, I would rate 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You know what? The one with Tommy Morrison, you could put that on the same shelf as Godfather 3.
Yeah,
I never cared for that one with Tommy Morrison. I don't know.
I know.
But Rocky Balboa was great. I loved Creed.
No, that was great.
I cried. I cry every time I watch a marathon. It was 1976. I was still living in Brooklyn. Here I am, and this Italian kid. He was my idol, Stallone. Here's a guy who had nothing, and he went to Hollywood with $60 in his pocket, and he said, "No, F you. I want to star in it." I don't like what he did to his first wife. I don't know why he couldn't bring her along for the ride, but that's another story. But Rocky, man, I mean, who wasn't standing in the end of that movie cheering? It's just and he was such a great character, such a lovable, and a lot of funny lines in there,
Oh, yeah.
Stallone, man. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all great for their own reasons, But
No, I know.
Just
It's a great
nuances. Little nuances. You got to be Italian. When he puts the chair up in a tree at Adrian's grave, that is so Italian, man. It's just.
Oh, yeah.
It's just little stuff like that. That speech he gives his son. That famous speech outside the restaurant.
Yeah.
I love that speech. He's so inspirational, Stallone. If I'm on a desert island, I need Rocky 1, Goodfellas, Godfather, and Raging Bull.
There's some good ones. No, Rocky movies are great, especially there's some of those scenes that get you so jacked up when she comes out of a coma and she's like, oh, and then you have like the music hits and
right, the music.
Yeah.
Bill Conti was a genius.
I know. But it is funny when they go from the second to the third one. It's kind of like a joke. I'm sure other people said the same thing. I'm sure you noticed that. It's funny when he like gets money, and in the third one, he talks totally different.
Right.
He's not like not saying he was slow, but he was like a little off, maybe from taking the beatings or something. But in the third one, he was like totally different. He's super rich. He had a robot,
and he looked awesome. His body.
I know.
He was like Bruce Lee, man.
Yeah, he had Hogan in that movie, Mr. T. And then in the next one, he has Drago. Like, he has, like, he gets the greatest people. And now he's, like, still doing it. I don't know if you saw his newest movie that's coming out.
Rambo. He's doing Rambo.
Oh, I know he's doing another one. Oh, yeah, definitely. I like the last Rambo. All those movies are awesome.
Brian, how much of a prick was Brian Dennehy? Oh, I couldn't stand him in First Blood.
I know.
Oh, I hated him.
They were all he wanted to do was walk through the town, and they kind of like asked for it.
Yeah.
And I hope they gave him a hard time. They fire hosed him like in a basement.
And Richard Crenna was awesome.
Yeah. Those movies are great. No, but he has a movie called Escape Plan. I don't know if you saw any of those.
What is that?
He's on the third one now, but in the first one, it's like him and Arnold. They're like escaping prison, but in the newest one, at his age, I think he's 70, I think.
I know, he looks amazing.
He's doing it in the fight scene they do in the movie. They're actually hitting each other. It's the first time he's ever done like a real fight scene in his career. Like they're punching each other. It's insane. At 70 years old, he's doing this.
Man, he looks better than me, and I'm 58.
And you said it best. He started with $60. And you look at all these movies, those expendable movies probably just made tons and tons of money. Everything he touches, it just works. He rarely does a bad movie.
I met him when he was filming Nighthawks in the city. I got to get a picture with him. He's short. He's a short guy.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of people are short that are famous. I don't know why.
Well, in The Irishman, I saw pictures of De Niro's wearing these platform shoes during certain scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I know, like, I think Tom Cruise is super short. I'm sure there's other guys, but no, Stallone. Yeah, like Stallone and, Patrick Swayze was super short when he was in Roadhouse with him and that girl, that girl.
I always think of Family Guy. Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, that's so great.
What a shame. He died too young.
Oh, I know. No, it's terrible. Like him, Bill Paxton, like when these things just happen out of nowhere. Like when they're like routine things and with Bill Paxton it was, but yeah. So this is so great. So you have some shows coming up. I'll make sure to mention them. And, any videos you have coming up that are in the pipeline that,
every day.
I know.
Two a day. Matt, of course, 4th of July, there's a special one that's going to be posted for 4th of July.
Awesome.
But every day, I try to do at least 2 a day. You know, it's so amazing. People actually, they tell me, dude, I've been going through tough times. Your videos get me through. That's, you know, I had a guy telling me he almost put a gun in his mouth. He was so depressed and that can't compare to any standing ovation or sold out show. When you hear a message like that, it's just so gratifying. It really is.
No,
I got a coffee line. I got a coffee line.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did a video. You know, I took it to the extreme because in the Italian family, whenever it was time for coffee, it was a big production. My mother would walk around with the father, who wants coffee? What do you want, black or brown? And I just took it the next step. Fast forward, I made a bunch of coffee videos, and people, it's getting to the point where people are in my audience, they're yelling out stuff on my videos. It's insane. I think I created Frankenstein monsters. So Russ came up with the great idea. This is an example of a great manager. He says, dude, you got such a great following, and who doesn't like coffee? So he says, why don't we get somebody who, a coffee line who wants to distribute put a picture on it, and we're just starting to do this. We're going to start selling them at some of my shows. You get them on my website, VicDiBitetto.net. I got a medium, hazelnut, and regular, dark roast, medium, and hazelnut. And K-Cups, we're working on K-Cups. And it's just amazing, man. It's just another dimension to what I do.
I know. Could you imagine if you went back in time and were able to tell yourself when you're carrying those props, hey, one day your face is gonna be on a bag of coffee?
Never in a million years. I swear to God, I never thought I'd be where I am right now. Honest to God, I'm very lucky. Even though it took me 58 years to get here, but there's a lot of comics they're working 2 jobs. I did that too, but now for the past 5 years I'm doing this only. But it's a brutal business, man. You either got to break your ass or be very lucky. It's a brutal business.
Yeah, but you did both. There is that luck that video went viral, and
right.
You put yourself out, but you put yourself out there, so it is lucky that. But if you weren't there, putting in all the work, making those videos, using social media the way you were,
right.
that's amazing. It's crazy when you post a video how many people are already commenting, or when you do when you do the live stream of the Yankee videos, and I'm watching them, and you just see it's insane the comments on the videos.
I get recognized all over now. It's pretty cool. The only time my wife gets annoyed if we're out for dinner and people, here I am, I got a fork in my mouth. They come over to you. I don't mean to bother you, and then they bother you.
Yeah.
It's the only time I don't like to be bothered. Other than that, I'm no comic does for his fans what I do. I do a meet and greet after every show. If it's a smaller venue, I could greet everybody. But if it's like a theater that holds 1,200, obviously you can't do it. It'll take forever. There's security reasons, so you have to have special VIP tickets. But I love thanking my fans after a show. I enjoy it. It comes back to you when you're nice to people.
Oh, definitely. No, they'll tell other people if they have a great experience with someone. Yeah,
exactly.
That's great that you take the time, and they'll appreciate it, and it'll definitely pay off.
Joe DiMaggio once said he plays his hardest no matter how many people are in the stadium, because you never know, there could be somebody watching you for the first time. So whether I'm doing a small club with 30 people or a theater for 1,600 people, I get the same show, because you never know who's seeing you and you never know who's in that audience that could give you the sitcom and put you in a movie.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, and that's such a great quote. I wish I wish the NBA players felt that same way and didn't sit out 20, 30 games a year.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Yeah, even you. I mean, baseball, any sport. When we were growing up, it's a different sport today. It's analytics. There's no more. When Tanaka had that complete game, I was in a hospital. I was recuperating. I couldn't believe it.
I know, me too.
A complete game shutout. When's the last time you saw that? When's the last time you saw a bunt? When's the last time you saw somebody bunt against a shift?
Well, you know what it is?
God.
I'm going to be honest with you, Vic, and it's kind of sad. Some guys just can't bunt, which is ridiculous.
Well, they don't practice it in spring training.
Oh, I
know.
Why. Well, Max Scherzer tried to do it, and then he busted up.
Base hit. Man, I'm first and second. No outs, Yankees.
All right. Well, Vic,
here we come.
Thanks so much for taking the time.
Oh, please, anytime. Thanks for
awesome, man.
Do me a favor, give Russell all the info so I can post on my fan page so my fans can hear this.
Definitely, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful. I'll tell you. Work it out. All right? Okay.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's a really
You want to hear my Tony Danza?
Yes.
Here's Tony Danza from Who's the Boss. Angela. That's all I got. I'm working on a sentence. Another base hit. 1-0 Yankees. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Do you do that? That's so great. It'd be so great if you did that on stage and you
I do it
built it up.
sometimes.
Oh, you do? I was going to say, build it up. It's like a 3-minute build up.
Yeah. Angela. Hey, yo, Mick.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
I should have broke your thumbs. How about, one of the greatest lines? Remember he goes over the house for Thanksgiving and Adrian says, but it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, to you. To me, it's Thursday.
You're right. There's so many like lines in there that you don't catch maybe the first time.
Oh my God!
The commercial shoot.
Oh, Sneal Mainley.
Oh man, I'm dying. I'm like sweating.
Oh, how about when he's signing the autograph to my good friend Billy Flynn, who I don't even know.
Oh God, this is great. Thanks, Vic.
All right, Doug. You have a great night.
Right.
Let's go Yankees.
Yeah, go Yanks.
Giants. Right. That's another story.
Yeah. Honestly, this is. I think it could all fit. Maybe we'll see. Football is a different sport.
And you know what? I think Eli's going to be all right. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I
think
so.
he's going to be all right.
I hope so. I hope he can ride off on the sunset on his own and not.
Yes. All right, Gardner's up. I got to go.
All right, man.
Take care, Doug.
Vic was such a great guy. So funny off the cuff. His Who's the Boss impression had me in tears, literal tears. And I just hope he likes this interview because I don't want to become a tick off Vic episode. I don't need that. But so don't forget, go to vicdibitetto.net for tour dates. And he even has his own brand of
coffee. I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?
So next week, we are reviewing Paul Blart 2. So check it out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on future amazing interviews. Write a review. Rate us 5 stars. And tell your friends. Not in that particular order. However you want to do it. Good night.